Hey everybody, we are here with the unboxing for the latest adventure pack. It's the Blood of Gondor. I'm super excited about this, mainly because we get a new spirit hero.
I'm going to question you real quick. Is the cover of Blood of Gondor the best adventure pack cover to date?
No, I personally think that the Watcher in the Water is the best one because the doors of Moria are pretty sweet. So that's my personal favorite. I don't know what
Zach, any
everybody
thoughts?
else thinks.
Yeah. I don't know. This is a pack that strikes me off the like if I'm just looking at the adventure packs, all the adventure packs, it's like, oh, Blood of Gondor, a guy like, oh, that's crazy.
He's very menacing, and we'll get to him.
What is that anyway?
That is a Black Númenorean, which we'll talk about.
All right,
I guess.
Sounds good.
Anyway, we have this new adventure pack. Let's talk about some player cards here. First up is the hero that we're getting. Her name is Caldera. She is a spirit hero with 8 starting threat, 2 willpower, 1 attack, 2 defense, 3 hit points. Gondor traded and reads action. Discard Caldera to put 1 spirit ally from your discard pile into play for each other hero you control with a printed spirit resource icon. It's weird.
Yeah, I mean she looks good.
She looks good. The art is great.
She looks really good. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. What? 8 threat?
Yes.
That's about what you'd expect.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's pretty solid, but this effect, though...
So you discard her.
Discard
one
her,
of your heroes,
a hero.
A third of your resources.
Yes.
Hey, whoa. I've got, 1, I love this card. 2,
But why?
this is exactly the kind of ability that I love. Because everyone looks at it and goes, I would never discard my hero. Then you get in the middle of a quest and you're like, man... Those 6 attachments that came out that I attached to the same hero that I can now discard and get rid of? That's cool.
Yeah.
Is there a way to get this hero back at all? I wonder. That's
Yes.
in my deck.
Yes, there is.
Aha!
It costs 5.
It's
So-
expensive, yes. What you're doing will be costly.
It's interesting because if you can get 2 cost allies back, right? Is that essentially what you can do, or up to 4?
No cost
there's
restriction
Yeah,
at
there's
all.
no cost. It's all about the
2
printed
spirit allies
spirit.
in your discard
Okay, so
pile.
let's just say it's an average of 2.
Mhm.
If it costs you 5 to play the thing to get the hero back, and you're getting 4 in allies, it's really not costing that much.
Not costing that much.
I potentially see it as damage soak, as a way to get allies out, as this is, you don't just do it because you want to.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like if you're in the original Witch King quest and he comes down and it's like, I'll block with this thing and she can die and it's fine. Or I can pop 2 allies out and block or whatever. I don't know. I see potential here. It may not be fantastic, but I could build a deck
This
to make
is
this
a
work.
potential hero.
I think it's
100%.
potential, though. I don't think this is very good in the moment. I think it will potentially become good. There's nothing that is really stellar. It's not like there was a combo that at least came to my mind or anything like that would make this something that I would seek out. But she's interesting. There's definitely some things that you want to get back into play that are spirit allies. But again, this would probably necessitate you running a purely spirit.
Definitely a pure spirit deck.
Yeah, pure spirit deck.
Let me tell you a couple of ideas that I had that don't work, so people don't make the same mistakes. My first thought was, I'll run 3 heroes, I'll pop her first turn, and then I'll be in secrecy range.
Right.
And it's like, that doesn't make any sense.
Mm-hmm.
Bruggles and I went back and forth on this for a while until I finally understood that you put your starting threat based on the 3 heroes you have in play.
Right.
And
That's
if one of
not
those
gonna
leaves
go
play, it
down.
doesn't
Yeah.
leave. It's my mistake. So in my head, that was a great idea.
Oh, right. There are rules.
But that didn't work.
Starting
So
threat.
second thing was, I'll just pop Gandalf in. He's a 5-coster.
But he's not spirit.
He's not spirit. So those are 2 things.
But
if you're thinking about those
this is
things,
critical. They have to be coming from your discard pile.
Discard.
It's
Right.
not out of your hand, and that's the real kicker here. So these are things that are generally discarded for some reason or another, which there aren't many effects like that, if any, that I can think of, or it's already been in play and has now died or left play for some reason or another.
Yeah, the dudes that I keep thinking about, there's a few. Like I had an old spirit deck, and it was like the horsies that you could discard to put travel progress tokens on stuff.
Yeah.
So let's say you use 2 of those, and then you can bring them back out and do it 2 more times. You could maybe travel out of a bad situation like that. Not lighting the world on fire. There's also the dudes that whenever they quest, if they quest successfully, I think they count 3 or 4, but then you discard them afterwards.
Right.
So that could be an immediate 8 threat. Those guys are in your discard pile. So there's some things. I think it may be more of a seed card. We see some things probably in a couple months where it's like all of a sudden, this makes a lot of sense. But I think it has potential for sure.
I've been way too impressed with the design from these guys to think that this is not going to work in some way.
Oh, sure.
And what's the do whenever you lose a hero, he comes in for free, is that dwarf guy? There's
Dwarf
an
ally.
awesome dwarf. Whenever one of your heroes leaves play, he
He's a
comes
5 cost,
in.
by the way.
Yeah. Too bad he's not spirit.
Well, he could be in your, he could be in your hand. You
Yeah.
don't have to
Yeah.
run a spirit
Run an
deck to
edge
do it.
metal.
Is that when a hero leaves or one of your heroes?
I think it's when one
don't
of
know.
your heroes.
Yeah,
leaves play.
I would imagine it's one of yours.
I've never played him because nobody plans to lose heroes. So,
Mhm.
but
It's a weird thing. To
here we
plan
go.
for.
I'm talking. I'm talking.
Here we go.
All we gotta do is a search for discard.
All I
Yeah.
have to say is I'm very interested. I haven't.
My name's Zach Bud. Here's my number.
Here's my number.
Give me a call.
And the art's great. So
The art is great.
I wouldn't mind seeing her on the
you
table.
gotta at least give it
That's
that.
what I'm saying.
All right.
Zach hit me with Squire, huh?
It's a leadership card. Squire of the Citadel, 1 health, 1 defense, 0 attack, 0 commitment. Gondor traded, ally, response. After Squire of the Citadel leaves play, add 1 resource to a Gondor hero's resource pool.
Look at the innocence on that squire's face.
I mean, it seems like a Squire, right?
Very squire.
You just pay 1.
It's a chump blocker. I mean,
is
that's
there
what you want.
Gondor like theme, like trait stuff that I know there's some of it
Oh, yeah.
that like makes
Yeah,
him
yeah.
awesome.
There's a lot. Yeah.
So like I feel like that's probably the best
Mhm.
thing to do, right?
Yeah.
Well,
Well, I mean, yeah, that's what he's
This
built
this
for.
slots in. This past weekend I played quite a bit of Lord of the Rings actually. So this slots in. I have a leadership deck, and one of my heroes is Prince Imrahil. So I'm always looking to lose a character. To stand
Send
him.
the Squire out.
So, I commit Imrahil, and then it's like, oh, I'm going to block with the Squire. Squire gets discarded. I get to stand Imrahil and give him a resource, or give Aragorn or whoever a resource. So, for 1 cost, I like it. It slots into my deck.
Good Squire duties.
It's nice.
Ooh.
Up next, we have the Tome of Adinator.
Nope.
Adinator. The Autonator.
Autonator? The Autonator, maybe? I don't know.
Autonator?
Autonator? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce these words, Robert.
It's good.
Let's
It's
just
good.
call it
It's a good
the
try.
Tome.
The Tome.
We got the Tome of A.
TOA.
TOA.
It is a 4-cost record.
Yeah.
You attach it to a leadership hero. Reduce the cost to play a Tome of A
TOA.
by 1 for each hero you control with a printed leadership resource icon. Action, you discard it from play to play any leadership event card in your discard pile as if it were in your hand, then place that event on the bottom of your deck. We've seen
That's
these
awesome.
for other...
Yes, we can.
That's awesome.
We've got this for every sphere. This is an
Slots
awesome
right in.
card. It's great,
That-
even if you're just using it for sneak attack, which costs 0. But if you're dropping a Gandalf in play for 1,
I remember, and I can't cite specific examples because I haven't played leadership really ever. But I remember when I was doing my dwarf deck where I had like the one leadership and then 2 spirit, I think it was, and I was looking through the leadership cards and it was like, there's some really good leadership events, but they're expensive.
they are.
And so if you can get 2 uses out of that one
Mm-hmm.
event, it becomes insane. I think some of those leadership events are insane.
Right.
What they can do to affect the game.
Well, I mean, there's sneak attack, as you mentioned, is
It's
fantastic.
like stand
So
everyone
I'm
events, right?
already
Yeah.
running 3
Cost
Gandalf,
5.
3 sneaks. There's
Stand everyone.
there's a 5 that stands everyone.
Right.
There's a 2 that stands every ally.
Mhm. Right, but again, like
Hardly knew her.
this isn't necessarily a shortcut. Something to remember that these aren't shortcuts to get them into play sooner, unless you can find a way to discard them. But again, generally that's only going to happen because you've already paid for it. So even the most like powerful and expensive events, it's like, well, you probably already played it, but you're not going to be able to use that to like turn 1 or 2.
No.
Something awesome.
It just lets you get more
Yeah.
utility out of those.
Yeah,
Well, and I
100%.
think
Makes it more
essentially
cost
most
effective.
importantly is you play a couple events, and it's for every sphere that you have this for. But
Mhm.
the ability to go get whatever you want whenever you need it is what's
It's
up.
nice.
Yep. It's great.
Hit us, Steven.
Let's do Goofloff.
Good buff.
Goofloff is a 3-cost, 1 questy, 1 attacky, 2 defendy, 2 hit points, unique Rohan ally. So he's packing already pretty well. He's got a good horse in the frame there. If there's at least 1 Rohan hero in play, lower his cost by 1. Love that. If there's at least 1 Gondor hero in play, he gains Sentinel. This is a cool design. More Rohan, fantastic. By
Yeah.
the way, I love
We
that.
needed that especially for tactics too.
I love this. So for 2, this guy is a great ally to throw out.
He's pretty sweet.
And giving him Sentinel, that's nice. This
Yeah.
is fantastic. I mean, solid
I'm gonna
package.
give 1 thumb up.
1 thumb up.
One
there
thumb
it
up.
is. Ah man, here's
That
the
art.
here's
Who is that?
here's the card
See,
to
this
end
is
all
what I'm
cards.
talking about swords, by the way.
It's incredible. So this is the Hammerstroke, which is a 2-cost tactics event. And it reads, encounter action, engage each enemy in play. Fantastic. It's crazy.
I love it.
This is what we've been waiting for a long
on that
time.
card?
It's anybody. It's probably Aragorn.
It's a Denethor quote.
Yeah, but they mix and match
I know.
quotes. So it's probably Aragorn. I don't know.
This event makes me happy.
It's fantastic.
He looks like he's about to cut your head off.
This is one of the best events we've seen in a long time, regardless of sphere. Or
It
anything.
feels very tacticsy.
It's incredible.
Am I right?
It's
Am
incredible.
I right?
That's amazing.
So is there any the synergies that come to mind?
The synergies are pretty much endless, whether you're running like a Baragon type deck where it's just defensive and you want everything to come to you, or I can imagine there's something awesome that you can do with this event and a Hobbit deck, engage all the enemies in play, and then they don't get to attack you once they're engaged, so it's essentially just draw everything in, and then for maybe a turn or two, you might be able to just completely hold down the fort by not fighting
Sneak
at all.
around and-
Yeah.
Isn't there a hero that when something engages you, you do damage to it?
There's something there's a hero when it's revealed and goes into the staging area, it does a damage,
I thought
but
there was
I
an
can't.
engaging effect.
I don't think that there's an engagement one.
There's also, I know there's stuff like Rain of Arrows and
wrong.
stuff, I think that just one to everyone engaged in you with your. There's some, I remember some tactics event like that. Like I said, I've never played tactics. I'm always playing the weenie spheres. So
The weenie spheres.
I always just see you guys killing everyone.
Anyway,
I'm
this
picturing the icon. for
the
that
art
shit.
is unbelievable. The effect is amazing. Couldn't be
Engage each
happier.
enemy in
Fantastic
play.
card.
Yeah, that's kind of a.
Couldn't be happier.
Trademark.
Next up, we have a 3-cost Spirit Ally, Emory, Gondor trait, 1 commitment, 1 attack, 2 defense, 2 health. Action. Discard the top 3 cards of your deck to put Emory into play from your hand under any player's control.
There we
Then,
go.
if any of the discarded cards have the tactics, lore, or leadership sphere, discard her. Ouch.
So you put her in play for free to discard the top 3.
Mm-hmm.
Am I right in that?
Yes.
Okay, so discard the top 3, which can power Caldera, get
Mhm.
allies in your discard pile. And then she stays out, and this is great.
Yeah.
Homies.
Just have to be running a pure spirit deck, otherwise it kind of
Mhm.
meh.
Also, like the Dwarven Tome, I think they get something from your discard pile back in your hand.
Mhm.
It's cool. I mean, it's kind of a weird form of
Yeah,
card draw.
it seems like Spirit might be going more heavily towards this discard route to do stuff. I can't recall seeing it more or at all in other spheres.
Very good.
Yeah, but it's neat for sure.
All right.
Good card.
Good
Yeah,
catch.
it's
Anytime
fun.
you can put a character into play without really paying anything.
Mm-hmm.
Because how often do you run out of deck? Like,
Not often. Not when you're only drawing 1 in this game.
yeah. So
Not often.
I would discard the top 3 in my deck.
Yeah.
Pretty much any day of the week to play a free ally,
That's right.
except Tuesday.
Love this art.
All right, up next we have Children of the Sea. It is a 0-cost spirit event. Action, choose a Sylvan or a Noldor ally you control. That ally gets +2 willpower until the end of the phase. At the end of the phase, shuffle that ally into its owner's deck if it is still in play.
Great.
Great. Just a little shot of 2 quest.
I mean, anything that gives you anything at 0 cost.
Anything that gives you anything.
At 0 cost. I mean, this costs you nothing. Yeah, it takes up a slot in your deck, and you're going to draw this and
No,
all that
it
kind of
does
stuff,
cost you
but-
something though.
An
It
ally.
costs you an ally.
Yeah, but it'd be worth it because you're
Bye.
discarding anyway, right? That's what we've come
mean-
to the conclusion of, right?
Well, that it shuffles it
Back
in
in
play.
the deck. It's not
Oh
even playing
no!
the theme.
Never
Yeah.
mind.
So-
Disregard.
I mean, okay, in an emergency, if you have a little like the Squire we saw earlier, he gets +2 commitment.
He's not Sylvan or Noldor.
I know. Ah, crap.
Ah man. Okay, so this is very niche. We'll probably have to like do some research to figure out how
Scratch
exactly
that.
to use
This
this.
is not a good card. Just put it out there.
Anyway, it's interesting.
I think it's okay.
I think it's nice.
Let's go to Anborn. We really, I don't know. It's just 2 quests, right?
It is 2
Anything
quests.
missing there?
Nope. Until the end of the phase. At the end of the phase, shuffle that ally into its owner's deck. I mean, maybe if there were a 0-cost ally or something like that. that
It can
you just
save the
wanted to use
bacon.
somewhere.
It can save the bacon, and I feel like Spirit is a bacon saver sometimes.
Turkey bacon.
I'm confused.
Anborn
know
is a
what happened.
unique Gondorian ranger. He's 4 cost. He's an ally. 1 willpower, 3 attacks, and 1 defense. 3 hit points. So he's got some attacks for serious. For lore, like this is better than any
Yeah.
lore hero in existence.
No, that's not true.
It's equal, right? 3's the
Yeah,
highest
yeah.
of lore. Yeah.
3. We usually don't see 4s at all.
Action: exhaust Anborn to return 1 trap card from your discard pile to your hand. This is unbelievable.
Fantastic.
Mini hero for lore.
Yeah, the trap deck has been building
And we got
over
a new
this cycle.
trap. Oh my gosh, we got a new trap. This guy's awesome.
His art's cool too.
Yes.
Just
Very
sneaking
good.
around,
And Born.
laying some traps.
He's good at spotting Golem.
This is fantastic.
That's his number one duty.
That's what he does. He spots Golem. Okay, next up is the Poison Stakes. I almost said spikes. It is a 2-cost lore attachment, trap traded. Play Poison Stakes into the staging area unattached. If unattached, attach Poison Stakes to the next eligible enemy that enters the staging area. At the end of each round, deal 2 damage to attached enemy. That's pretty good.
That's really good.
That's pretty good.
It's really good.
Now, is it the case that, let's say you had multiple traps out,
Mm-hmm.
and an enemy comes out, all the traps would go on him?
Yes. Sadly, that is how it works presently.
What? So I guess, like...
Is that one at a time, man?
Ha! One trap. Okay, now come in single file.
I'm picturing like a Nazgul landing on 27 poison stakes. It's like, I got all of them.
Yeah.
Which would actually be fine. Like
it would
the Black
be pretty
Riders
funny.
need to plan it because they have a lot of health. But having like 2 or 3 of these out could actually be, it's like instant kill.
Don't the Nazgul say no attachment sticks ever Morgul?
Probably.
Some of them, yeah.
It is a shame that it's at the end of each round.
Yes.
Which means you still have to deal with him as normal,
Mhm.
which sometimes will mean you're going to kill him before the.
So this
spikes
is
begin.
this is a throw dots type of situation, but it's interesting that the traps may or may not get like changed in their wording because it does suck that the next enemy that comes out might draw all of them, and that's a lot of build up for what might be a pretty crappy enemy to have 3 traps to go on. So.
Yep.
Like a Dark Crow.
Yeah, it's
Luckily,
like
Anborn can get him out of the discard pile,
that's
right?
right.
Luckily.
Right?
Good old Anborn.
All right, next up, we have a 0-cost event. Well equipped. Action. Discard the top 2 cards of your deck. You may attach 1 attachment card discarded by this effect to an eligible dwarf character in play.
It's interesting. I mean, this is more discard stuff, but this is only going to truly benefit dwarf characters.
Do dwarves have a good way of looking at the top of the deck?
Not really. No, they do not. Lore has a way of looking at their deck, but it's not really what it's all about. But here's discard stuff. So 0 cost, 2 cards into your discard pile. Maybe you can use that to fuel some of these discard effects that we're looking at. But aside from that, only a dwarf is going to like reap anything immediately, potentially from that. It's
Does
weird.
that dwarf look like a dinosaur also?
He does have a lot of bony
Why does
plates.
he have that fin back there?
I don't know. It's a shield on his back.
Oh, I see.
What is that?
I was
How
seeing
many
that one.
dinosaurs have
I was
fins?
seeing that one all weird.
Fins.
I like Stegosaurus, for instance.
Stegosaurus.
I hope a Stegosaurus
Dinosaur
pops up.
quiz me, dude. Come on, dude. I was so into that when I was young.
Do you have a dinosaur
Dinosaur
bed?
quiz.
I mean, it's an interesting card, but I don't immediately see like huge payoff from it.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't. Yeah, I don't see anyone building a deck.
That's
for
right.
tomorrow
Seed
with
card,
that
man.
card.
That's right.
Telling
So
you.
we'll see. It'll have some potential in the future.
We'll see.
If anything, it makes a dwarf deck maybe that much better.
You know
Who
who's going to
knows?
love this? Is Sam.
Yes.
Sam
Gonna
will
draw
love
some
that.
cards. See ya. All right. So that's it for player cards. Now we go on to the encounter deck. The first card, which we only have one of, thank God, in the encounter deck, is the Black Númenorean. He's the cover art dude. 35, what are we calling that? Engagement. X threat, 5 attack, 3 defense, 5 hit points, Mordor traded. X is the total number of hidden cards in the game, so we can assume that's a new mechanic. Forced. At the end of the round, each player must raise his threat by 1 for each hidden card in his play area. Victory 3.
Spoiler alert. Hidden cards.
Hidden cards. I haven't even read the insert yet, so who knows what that's about. But that Black Númenorean is hitting like a truck. That's scary to me.
That is quite scary.
There's only one. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Encounter deck.
Thank you, Encounter deck. There's only one. There's 4 of these things, though. Want to hit it that?
Sure. Next up, we have the Orc Ambusher. Engagement of 10. He's coming right at you.
Hi.
2 threat, 3 attack, 1 defense, 3 health. Fortunately, he's not that strong.
Yay.
Orc Mordor traits.
Wait for that effect.
Forced.
Holy smokes.
After Orc Ambusher engages you, discard 1 non-objective ally you control.
What?
Hi,
If
Arwen.
able.
Bye, Arwen.
Shadow
See you, Anborn.
ability. Attacking enemy makes +1 attack, +3 instead if undefended. Those are the worst.
Here's another good discard effect. So, there's that to play around.
So we did determine with like all the waspies and stuff that when you engage them, they also engage you. Is that right? So does that trigger whenever you optionally engage this guy?
You know, I've seen that go so many ways, so
It's
many
gone
times.
2 or 3 ways. and
I can't claim to know anymore.
It's like when you engage the wasp, you don't take 5, but when it
Yeah.
engages you, you do. But then there was a different thing a couple months ago
Right.
that when you engaged it it actually did trigger.
Yes.
So the one way, if you engage it and that counts as it engaging you, you have to discard an ally, and then if it's
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, it's the difference ultimately between the optional and then the...
I've got to
mandatory.
imagine it's not an optional engage trigger. I think if you optionally engage this guy, didn't ambush you, right? I mean, that's the whole point.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
ambushed him.
We ambushed him.
Gotcha.
That looks like almost like a creepier version of Gollum there.
Yes.
Imagine he's holding the ring right there.
My precious. All right, so let's
Interesting card.
let's hope that
So rules clarification
that can
will
be
be coming soon.
circumvented. Next up.
You want
What do we have here?
Looks like we have 3 of these at least.
Mm-hmm.
Up next, we have the Brutal Urk. He has a 20 engagement, 3 threat, 4 attack, 1 defense, 5 hit points.
Nice.
He's an Orc, Urk, and Mordor.
Are orcs as well?
Yes.
They super orcs?
It's like it's a type of orc.
I thought they were like
They come
not
from
the same.
come from
I thought they
Mordor.
were Urks.
Yeah.
Are they the ones that were like birthed out of like the
Yeah,
nastiness
Saruman.
and the...
Those are
and the
Uruk
shit?
Hai.
Uruk-hai.
Yeah.
That's different than an Uruk?
Yes.
Is it better or worse than an Uruk?
Different.
'Cause I'm
I would
pretty
say
sure-
I would probably say, well, better or worse in what sense?
Is an Uruk-hai... Could an Uruk-hai beat up a Uruk
Oh,
in
yeah.
a
Yes.
fight? Yeah, okay.
So, but the thing, are Uruk-hais orcs?
Yes.
Yes.
I thought they weren't.
They're a type of orc. Yeah.
They weren't traded that way in the old card. I got lied to.
All right, we have Forced. After Brutal Urk attacks and destroys a character, that character's controller turns all hidden cards in his play area face up. Deal a shadow card to each enemy turned face up by this effect and resolve the attacks as normal.
Don't let that happen.
Seems not good.
You can't chump block. You can't chump this guy. Is what
Yeah.
I'm guessing from...
Well, we haven't been oh, man, that is crazy. And he's also hitting like a truck. That is unbelievable.
He's a truck
Oh,
hitter.
scary. And what is this?
Give me a bear gun.
What is the icon for this set anyway? It looks like a battering ram, bloody stump. I can't tell.
Is it not a head off of a statue?
Could be.
It does look like that, like a
Númenórean guys.
statue that's been decapped.
It's
Decapped.
the Gondorian statues.
Laid
man.
on
The
its side.
Gondorian statues.
Maybe I'm totally wrong, but that's what it looks like to me.
Is it a jackal? I think it's a jackal.
Looks like Frodo.
Triceratops.
Just kidding.
We got
I don't
Evil
have
Crows.
this
Who's
one.
got
It's
Evil
another
Crows?
dinosaur.
Can I do
Like
an
you
Evil
only have
Crow?
two.
Get it, bro.
I've got an Evil Crow here, guys.
2 evil crows.
5 engagement. Well, he's kind of cute. You see that crow? 5. Is he on the little beholder there?
What is he eating? Yeah.
I'm a little beholder. 5 engagement, 1 threat, 1 attack, 0 defense, 2 hit points. He's a creature. When he engages a player, that player takes a hidden card. Shadow, take 1 hidden card.
I'm gonna guess that's a face down card in
You're
your
not.
play area.
You're not.
See, but that makes me think that this is always going to happen. I think you would always
When
take a
he
hidden card.
engages a player, when Orc Ambusher
Well, he's such a low
engages
threat.
you. Man, see, I just wish there was. If these are 2 separate effects, they're worded that way. But if they're the same effect, they're not worded the same way. So I have no idea what's going on.
We don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know.
We can speculate to a certain degree. But hidden effects, so that's happening.
It's
I
definitely
can't wait
happening.
to see what that
We
is
don't know
when
how
I
or why. Or
finally start questing
hidden.
this
Or
thing.
what?
It's hidden, yeah.
Shh, secret. Keep it secret. Keep
There
it
are
safe.
no rules.
All right. Next up, there's 5 different unique location cards: the Crossroads, the Southern Road, the Western Road, the Northern Road, the Eastern Road. Where you want to go? Somewhere else.
What's the most? Is there a feature that's shared among them?
Let's see.
locations.
They all have pretty high threat. There's hidden effects pretty much on all of them. So yes, they are all doing something that leverage the hidden mechanic.
With hidden effects. So if you have a lot of hidden cards, they screw you over.
Yes.
How much threat to knock them out? Jim?
It's 2 to 4 in terms of
That's
the
reasonable.
completion points, and then they have about 2 to 4 threat each. So there's a
So
lot of those, and
beware.
they're going to be pumping the hidden stuff for you. Which
Be
is nice.
scared. I'm scared. I'm
Uh-oh.
scared of the Dark Woods here too.
Dark
'cause I
Woods.
see archery on there.
Man,
I hate archery.
that looks great.
Archery Axe is the worst.
It looks
Archery
like some
Axe.
Dark Woods, that's for sure.
It's very dark.
Are you want to Dark Wood it, Zach?
Yeah, dark wood it up.
Sure.
Yeah, a lot
Dark
of jokes
Woods.
there.
Forest trait.
Once you go dark.
2 threat. 2. What do you call it? The 2 adventure
Quest.
quest?
Completion or
Completion.
Yeah.
Archery Axe. X is the number of players in the game. Archery Axe sucks. Forced. After the Dark Woods leaves play as an explored location, the first player discards 1 hidden card.
Nice.
So you're gonna knock that one out.
There's only 3 of those,
It shall be
which is
explored.
nice.
Up next, we have Lying in Wait.
Looks like
It's a treachery
Shrek.
card. It does look like Shrek.
It does.
When revealed, the first player turns each hidden card in his play area face up. Resolve the when revealed effects of each encounter card turned face up by this effect. If a location is turned face up, add it to the staging area.
What?
Whoa.
Huh. That's
Man.
interesting. Now, what about like
Enemies.
enemies? Do you just leave them there? It gives you prompts for everything else, but it doesn't. Maybe the sheet will tell us.
Yeah.
Sheet.
Well, I guess if it's so you just resolve it, but otherwise it's face up.
Just kind of hangs out there, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Because the
Doesn't
other one
say
said
discard it.
specifically like that they would engage you.
Mhm.
All enemies engage you, but this one doesn't tell you that.
Yeah, that's weird. That's weird. So we'll see.
I got Mordor Looms.
Loom
If you
it.
guys are into that, beautiful sun. Is that a sun or a moon?
It's a sun.
Surge.
Or is that the eyes?
When revealed, each player takes one hidden card in its surge. So this is a good way to stack them up. Shadow effect: if this attack destroys a character, that character's controller turns each hidden card face up.
Watch out! Those
Each of
things.
his hidden cards.
Those are
I would
just
imagine
gonna
turned up
accumulate.
hidden cards are just there.
Yes.
And they're probably adding threat or something, or doing something dumb.
Probably.
Man, the art on this next one is fantastic. Conflict at the Crossroads.
Wow,
It's a treachery card. Look at that
Scene
art.
from the movie.
When revealed, until the end of the phase, Orc enemies engaged with players add their threat to the staging area. If no Orc enemies are engaged with players, Conflict at the Crossroads gains Surge. But that is
Take a hidden card.
an
Shadow.
amazing card. This is something we simply have not seen yet. Usually, well, always up until now, if you engage it, its threat is not worth worrying about. But now, holy smokes!
You gotta kill him.
Yeah.
See ya, hobbits.
It counts.
Whew. Whew. That art is fantastic. Man, I'm nervous now. All right, so then we have two objective allies. We have Lord Alquran, which I think we've seen before, and another Faramir. They're both good. Alquran with a 1/2/2/3 Gondor noble. The first player gains control, so I guess he's going to be floating around as the first player token. And then action: exhaust Lord Alquran to search and to return, an enemy engaged with you to the staging area. If he leaves play, the players have lost the game. Oh no.
Escort missions.
That's not what we want.
Fairman reads the same.
At least you can heal him. Yes. Except that he has a combat action. Exhaust Faramir to turn a hidden card face up. If that card is an enemy, deal 3 damage to it. Nice. Nice.
So, what are the unique rules like for Faramir?
Unique rules are you can only have one copy of anything that's unique in play
So you
during
can't
game.
run.
So you can't run the hero, you can't run the ally.
Now, you may be upset because we just got a Faramir hero.
Yeah, we did just.
You
get
may
a
be
Faramir.
frustrated.
It was really good.
He's better than this.
But hey, here's the deal. You can get over it. You'll be able to use Faramir again next quest, probably.
He's better than this.
So, enjoy Faramir and all the other quests that we've had, the Black Riders and whatnot. You just get
You just
Faramir.
can't have 2 Faramirs. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense.
It's true.
So I'm glad that rule is a rule.
There can be only one. So yeah, this is a pretty exciting pack. I can't wait to see the narrative behind it. I know that there's only 2 quest stages for this, so it should be action-packed.
Yeah, I'm
to say
hoping.
the least.
I like the
Action
objective
pack.
allies. Usually it means that things get kind of cool. And you're
Mhm.
kind of like traveling around doing different stuff. And that's very
Yeah.
good.
And you have to watch everything. So favorite cards?
Oh, yes.
I think it's the Hammerstroke for me.
Definitely
Hammerstroke is my favorite
Or
art.
Anborn is neat.
I think that the tome is the one I'm most excited about.
I was about to
because
say
of its
the tome,
usefulness.
man.
The tome.
I mean, it's kind of boring because we've seen it before, just in different spheres.
I'm going to go with old Goofloff.
Guthloff.
Only because I
Goofloff.
hope that we see more characters like this, that we can like amass a mountain of horse riders. Like right now with Rohan, it has not been there for
I
me.
just got the visual
when
of
I've
mountain
tried.
Especially
of
in
horse
tactics.
riders.
Yeah.
Especially in Tactics.
It's like I'm just running horses. I'm not running like awesome dudes on horses. It's like here's a horse.
So Steven, why the long face?
I'm going to be honest, though. I'm also excited about the Squire. I don't play Gondor, but this fits perfectly.
You play
into the
leadership, though.
deck that I'm running.
Yeah.
So,
It's so good.
Is
Cheers to
Baragon
that.
Gondor?
Did you-
Right?
Baragond? Yes,
Baragondor?
totally. Don't you play Aragorn in that Gondor
I
deck?
do.
There you go. He's Gondor traded.
Nah.
Meh.
Meh.
All right, well that's it.
Yeah, that's it. So there you have it. The Blood of Gondor. It looks like an amazing pack. Can't wait to play it. And of course, this is available on our store. Subscribers are getting this already. That's everything we got.
What more can you say?
Yeah.
Play Lord of the Rings. Have
Play
a
it,
good time.
man. I
and
can't wait.
Enjoy your friends.
Enjoy it.